Aloha guys, welcome to another Photoshop tutorial. My name is Jaylis Scanlon and today we're going to be learning about layer styles, and that has to do with not just text but it can help with your images as well. And so all it is just adding little effects to your text or your images depending on what kind of feel you want portrayed to your audience. So let me just show you what we're going to do. So right now I'm just looking at a couple of our layers. So this is from our last project. So right now we have our dance off text up here. If you double click on the right of that text, it brings up your layer styles. And what this allows you to do is you can now start playing around with some of the effects. You can add a drop shadow. You can even change the opacity, how solid you want it or how soft you want the shadow. And there's some background noise, but that's okay. We'll move on. Anyways, you can even change the angle of your drop shadow and all that good stuff. You could just play around with that. We have our inner shadow, which is pretty much just the shadow inside of your text. So we can move on for that. We can add an outer glow, make it look pretty cool. We can change the color as well, maybe to a hot pink, because hot pink is my favorite color. I'm just kidding. But you can also change the blending mode. This is important because for normal, all it means is it's just going to keep it solid. So the color is supposed to be. And then if you change to these other modes, screen, overlay, with those you can just play around with, but it depends usually on your background. So right now we have a white background, so there's nothing to actually to screen our effect on. So it's better to just keep it at normal. And then we have our inner glow. We have a lot of cool features. Bevel and emboss, I usually use this a lot because it gives it kind of like a embossed type look. If you can just barely notice, there's some. Maybe if we add an outer glow, it'll make it more obvious. There we go. So if we go to bevel and emboss, we can change the size. Make it kind of 3D-ish, kind of cool looking. So you can change the color of your text or image depending on what you want. Even a gradient overlay just means that there's more than one color. And so, you can change some of these by just clicking on the color, clicking down here at color, and then just changing whatever color you want, red. You can even add a color by clicking right next to it, and, maybe you can add an orange there or something. Just play around. It's pretty much what this is all about in Photoshop. But, just mix and match, and as you can see, we're already coming up with kind of a cool effect with our gradient. You can add a pattern overlay, depending on if you have patterns to choose from, like these bubbles, but we won't add that. And then a stroke is kind of like your outer glow, but it's more solid. You can change the color and even the thickness, depending on what you want your audience to see. So that's just something to play around with. So we've done that with the text, and now we can do it with our image by double clicking, and we can add a bevel. It kind of makes it look a little bit more defined. We can add an outer glow to that as well. Probably not a hot pink, but maybe a blue of some sort. If we can find one. That one looks good. Change that back to normal. And you can even change the opacity and the size, if you want to make it kind of glow a bit more. And that's pretty much it for layer style. So play around with that and see what you can come up with your posters, your website, and with your business cards. And we look forward to seeing all your work. Thanks for watching, and we look forward to teaching you more in the next tutorial.